Starting a little early so give people time to get in. Today's topic is curing meat, so kind of brought my cheat sheet with me. Kind of nice day out today. How's everybody doing? I thought I'd sit in the nice easy chair today. Hi everybody. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? Howdy. What's up, everybody? That's right, hit that thumbs up so I get some good stuff going here. This thing is wanting to restart. We better tell it not now. There. How's everybody doing? I had to get me a nice easy chair to sit in today because I just having a kind of a hard time with my COPD, so I thought I'd just relax a little bit while we chatted today. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm down to 1. What the heck? Today's topic is curing meat. Tried to run off a bunch of leaflets, but my printer decided not to work right, so I just hooked up the old laptop so that I could kind of refer back and forth to you guys and it. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? Over here where I can see it a little better. How many people know how to cure the meat and keep it for long term? You know, back in the old days, they just used smoking techniques. Now they have all kinds of different ways of doing it. Brine and back in the old days, they used salt, a lot of salt. Oh crap, the darn thing says, was Mary a virgin her entire life? An ad on the internet. Kind of waiting for everybody to show up. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I gonna have to go get my external microphone or what? Tell me if you can hear me. Back in the old days, all they used was salt to cure their meat. You guys have special ways of doing your curing? Or do you know how to cure for long-term storage? Sodium nitrate, it says, can be found in all kinds of leafy green vegetables. That's what they used to cure their meat back in the day before all the electricity and garbage. They also used the process of smoking. Smoking, I used to do a lot of smoking of fish. That's a real good way to do it. You would have to make your own smoker if the grid were to go down. My belief, anyway. And they're really not that hard to make. Hey, Lipstick, how you doing? Strange. Kind of trying to talk about a little bit about how to cure meat so you can keep it in the long term. You guys know much about that? You guys got your Christmas shopping done? Yeah, I'd kind of like to talk about how the old timers cured their meat and food to store it for a long term. Hey, Jay. Salt brine. Yeah, they say back in the old time they used plenty of salt. They used to just cake it on there. They have here, they're saying they have hot smoking and cold smoking. Yeah? Yeah, if you guys actually watch those darn shows on TV on the History Channel, they use huge chunks of ice and make their own ice chests. New York City or outside of New York? You live in upstate New York or right in New York City? Pennsylvania. Oh, the Amish know how to do that stuff, I'm sure. Brooklyn. Yeah, that's pretty much in town. I suppose you could still preserve your food. You'd have to use the old type way. Hey, Gary, live in Florida? 8-Town Paranormal lives in Indianapolis. The concrete jungle? Yeah. I used to work with a guy from Brooklyn. You got that Brooklyn accent? Plant City? Hey, Kyle. I was stationed in Florida when I was in the military for a while. Jacksonville, NAS. Any of you guys know how to make your own smoker? Yeah, I was in Times Square many, many years ago. I'm sure it's changed a lot by now. Hey, JV, how you doing? Glad to see you dropped by. Thanks for standing up to me over at Caesars the other day. You know, really, to make your own smoker is not that hard. Just make you like a portable shed. Dig you a hole inside of it so you could put your wood chips and stuff in there. Yeah, he blocked me. I can't go there anymore. He doesn't like me telling the truth. That's okay. I'm not losing any sleep over it. Yeah, I like using hickory chips. Hey, Trespassing, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you dropped in. Kind of talking about curing meat and stuff. You know much about that? I was telling them that I used to make my own smokers. You can use all different kinds of wood chips. I liked using hickory chips, but you can use alder and all kinds of stuff. Those are probably the best ways of preserving meat. That I have a little hydrator too that I make beef jerky out of. Apple chips, oh yeah, I bet that makes it taste sweet. Laptop's my cheat sheet in case I get all tongue-tied. You know, I like smoked meat too. I like it especially because you can keep it for a lot longer than you can regular meat. I like it because I use it for like just munching on it when I get hungry, you know. I don't have to go into the kitchen and make this humongous bunch of food. I can just go grab some pieces of smoked meat or salmon or something. Hey, thanks a lot, Charlie. Kind of cool, isn't it? What were you doing? Were you saying you were like having your house was haunted? I try and make it over and look at you guys' channels as much as I can. I believe what goes around comes around. If you guys ain't subbed to each other, make sure you sub up and down. Make sure you get to know each other. It's how YouTube survives, you know. I have some good folks on my subscription list, so make sure you guys get yourselves subbed out. Just using my phone today, so if you see me reaching up there, I'm trying to get to the seeing what you guys are saying. Yeah, Trespassing's doing a drawing. You guys better get over there and get signed up. You can sign up all you want, though, because I'm going to win it. You guys should get over there and watch his videos. Yeah, get over and watch a couple of your videos. Be normal. Paranormal. Try to watch all you guys. It's hard. Start getting a lot of subs, it's hard to keep up with all of them. You guys already know all that, though. I don't have to tell you. It gets very hard, Charlie. I gotta take care of my own videos, go watch you guys' videos. I have a Facebook group called Just in Time Prepping. It's hard to manage it all. What are you guys up to? You got your shopping done? I keep up with as many of them as I can. I hit that little bell, and that way when you guys make new stuff, I go and watch it. Get all my stuff done, then I sit down and relax to you guys. I'm getting ready to do another sheath. I did a video the other day, that review. I'm going to make a sheath for that stuff. So, been kind of working on that stuff, and that's time consuming. I hear you, Charlie. It's tough on a lot of people this year. Yep. It's tough sometimes, Charlie, to take care of your family and try to have Christmas at the same time. I've been there. I feel very fortunate. My son is almost grown now, so not as hard to do anymore. I don't have to worry about making sure he has a lot of stuff, if you know what I mean. Very fortunate in having a child that isn't doesn't want everything in the whole world. He sees the struggles that our family goes through, so he doesn't ask for a lot. Yeah, FLP did a very good live stream. He always does good live streams. He's a very level-headed gentleman. Keeps all of his people together. Makes you think. Where's everybody from? I live in the middle of nowhere. I live in Nebraska. The wind blows all the time here. Oh man, I remember those days. Step 1 survival, you bet. He's sort of like my mentor. Staff Sergeant Badass, he's a very nice guy. I've communicated with him on screen and off. He's a very nice guy. He's got a heck of a challenge on right now. I don't know if you guys get over there. Yeah, I was over there last night for their live stream. Sippy Cup, she has a lot of good medical advice. Of course, she's going to college for nursing, so she should be pretty good at it. You guys ever go over and watch Hoople's cat? He's from Canada. Yeah, Staff Sergeant Badass. He's a pretty cool dude. He gave me a lot of hints when I first started doing this stuff. He gave me more or less to even kept me driving. He would email me every day and try to make sure I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. That's why I said he's more like my mentor. What do you hear, boy? My dog's barking, growling, or anyway. Must have heard something outside. Yeah. Very knowledgeable young man that guy is. I tell you what, Charlie, you never know it all. You always learn something new. Anybody that says they know it all, they're lying to you. You know, you practice what you do, you know. You practice and you train, and so even if you do that, you're always going to miss something. So you just keep watching all these channels because all these guys have different ideas. They all go about it basically the same way, but they all have something that we forget as channel managers. Hey, Bama. How's it going, buddy? How you doing today? Don't forget to hit that like button and sub up and down. I want you guys to get to know everybody. I got a pretty good group of people follow me around. I try to follow you guys back. It's always good. Love what I do. It's a full-time job. A pet possum? You know, it usually snows a heck of a lot here, but we haven't got but maybe this much snow all year. I heard Texas got snowed pretty good. A Black Panther? Can you even own one of those things anymore? Yeah, you know what? When I was a kid, I used to live in Missouri, and I would go out. Me and my buddies, we would go out and we would catch possums and live possums, and we'd bring them home, and I'd stick them in a box at home. And my mom and dad would come and tell me, "Hey, get that possum out of the house." One time, one chewed itself out of the box and was loose in the house for I don't know how long he was in there, but man, I got in a bunch of trouble for that one. Yeah, I lived in Sedalia for a while. Oh no, I didn't hurt him. Not at all. I was catching them. I wanted them for a pet, but my parents didn't quite see it like that. Clinton? Yeah, I know where Clinton's at. Yeah, I know where Clinton's at. I lived in another small town there called Butler. You ever heard of Butler? Possums, they don't have very good eyesight, you know. Kind of nocturnal creatures. I'm thinking about doing more live streams. What do y'all think? Thinking about maybe doing one during the week. Oh, they eat ticks? I didn't know that. Yeah, Butler, when I lived there, kind of a small town. But that was a long time ago. I was just a kid. I think I was maybe first, second, third grade. A long time ago. Hey, I appreciate that, Charlie. Yeah, I was thinking about doing one maybe during the week. Sundays, a lot of people are tied up and whatnot, so I was thinking maybe doing one during the week. Kind of let everybody get to know me. I can get to know them that way too. Sundays is I got into Sundays from Facebook. I would do live streams on Facebook, but somehow Facebook didn't like my stream, so they took away my live stream button. Everybody else I talked to have live stream buttons, but they took mine away. Censorship. So I started doing my lives on YouTube. Yeah, my folks didn't have a sense of humor when I brought the possums home. We would go out and catch them live. We just would put on like a big welding glove, and we would go out and we'd grab them by the tail and hold them upside down. And then we just bring them and put them in a box. And I'd put them out on the porch at home, and then my mom and dad would really give me hell for having it out there. Yeah, no kidding, them skunks. Woo! You guys are subbing up and down, right? Says I got 7 people in here, so I must be doing something right. Bama backwoods, does that mean you're from Alabama? What part's Alabama? I lived in Huntsville for quite a while when I was a kid. My dad worked for Boeing there. Oh, you live down south. My grandparents, they lived in Tennessee their whole lives. And my folks used to ship me up there. I'd spend a month with him, and my grandpa would haul my butt up into the hills where he had his still. And when I first started going up there with him, I had no idea what the heck he was doing, you know. I was too young and naive. But as the years went by, then I started figuring out what he was doing up there. He would take his mules up there and he would tend to the still, you know. Every time we would take a different way up there to make sure that the revenuers couldn't follow him or knew where the heck his still was. It was kind of cool. He would hook his mule up to this like carousel, and the mule would go around, and that would stir everything up for him, and then he would be in there tending to the fires and stuff. And then I was just a kid, I didn't know any better, you know. So when we went up there, the mule would pull a cart that was full of sugar cane, and the sugar cane was for the moonshine. Took me a couple of years to figure that out, but yeah, that was kind of cool. No, those old folks, they never did that. Their recipe was up here. Yeah, I don't drink much anymore either. I used to not drink at all. Then, well, I really don't drink at all now, but once in a while, maybe a sip, you know. I had my day at drinking. I used to drink bars dry. He blew up his still. Yeah, I guess my uncle took over my granddad still, but he moved to still. Back in the day, he was still a dirt farmer. You guys are probably too young to understand all that, but he was a dirt farmer, and all the stuff he grew had to do with his still. He would make moonshine and sell it. That was his way of life. Sort of rubs off, huh? Kind of got off topic about talking about curing meat, but sometimes it's just better just to learn a little bit about the friends that you have. You bet they did. Bootleggers had a lot to do with NASCAR. My dad, he grew up in Oklahoma, and my mom, she grew up in Tennessee, so they know all about moonshining, or did know a lot about moonshining. They're gone now, but man, they could tell some stories. They don't let you do anything fun anymore. Damn government. Gotta have their fingers in everything. Exactly. My mom and dad lived through that depression. They knew how to pinch those pennies. That's no kidding. I don't know if you guys step one survival. He had one of those boxes that you tell it to turn on the lights and whatnot. And Siri, I think he was calling it. He asked it a couple of times whether or not the CIA was watching us. Every time he asked if the CIA was watching this, it would turn itself off. Now that's pretty damn scary stuff right there. Hey Molly, how you doing? Glad to see you stopped in. How's everybody doing? So who all knows how to cure their own meat? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Molly. I had a buddy. I used to live in Washington. I lived there for a long time. I just moved where I'm at the last couple of years. And I had a friend that made his own alcohol. He had his own still. There you're allowed to make 100 gallons a year for yourself. Hey, Dumpster, how you doing? And man, he could make some shine, man. We would, whew. Sometimes I would just have to sit there for a while. I couldn't move. Some of that shine can be pretty damn potent. Well, you know what? I really believe that if you don't know how to cure meat, that you should learn because, for one thing, it's you can keep it for a long time, and for another thing, you never know when Mr. Kim Jong Un is gonna pull some crap, and it's always better to have something on hand so that if something goes terribly wrong, that you can take care of yourself and your family. Your friends, I'm not saying unless you're in a pretty good group of people that you trust with your life, maybe you could take care of them, but they would probably be smart enough to be taking care of themselves. So my thing is, you should probably know how to cure some meat for long-term storage. It's pretty important stuff in my book. I have a dehydrator, and like I said, I didn't always live where I live now, so I had some property, and I made me my own smoker, and I would make my smoke my own fish and my own meat, and I always had enough stored back that if anything happened, I could be taken care of. So that's why I made today's topic curing meat, because you just never know when you're going to need to have something stored back. I mean, we take a lot of things for granted. Yeah, that's true fact, Jay. So that's sort of why I became a prepper, was because I like to have enough stuff stored back that if something terrible, really terrible happens, I'm not going to be one of the ones sitting there wondering what the hell I'm going to be doing. I'm going to already know. I just try to educate other people in the same fashion. So if you don't know how to cure meat, you should probably figure it out. I don't know how old everybody is in the group, but you're never too old to learn something new. And you may not be able to eat the fish, but you can absolutely eat meat. You could always buy some beef or some chicken or something, and you can always preserve it. You never know when you're gonna need it. I'm just saying. You can do whatever what you believe is right, but I know that when something bad happens, a hurricane or a flood or a tornado or whatever, even a war, you know what? I'm gonna be ready for it. And I probably won't be as ready for it as I want to be, but I'll be ready, more ready than most. So you can take that with a grain of salt. I don't care, you know. You may be the one knocking on my door looking for something. Yep, exactly. Deer jerky is pretty darn good. Yeah, you know, nobody can absolutely know what's going to happen. Nobody can really see into the future. But if you're prepared for whatever's could be happening into the future, you're going to be better off than the guy next door that thinks that he doesn't have to worry about it till it happens. That's totally the wrong thinking in my opinion. Thanks, Dumpster. Appreciate it. Hey, Hooples. We were talking about you earlier. Did you feel your ears burning or what? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was telling him that you're such a good guy. I put out my video for you. You'll have to go look for it. Yeah, I hear you there, Charlie. Sometimes your family just doesn't want to listen to you. They think you're a kook. I'm crazy for sure. And the little woman says I'm hard-headed. Dang, phone call, hold on. Try and get rid of it. I hate it when phone calls come. They never want to cooperate. And I can't turn it off because when I do, then the dang cuts off my stream. That's true, canning. I have a friend that's a prepper on the YouTube, and there, maybe I can get rid of it there. Darn phone call. And she's almost got me convinced to start canning again. I canned for years, and I got out of it. But you know what? I'm thinking about getting right back into it. I quit doing it because I had so much stuff piled up on the shelf, I never ate all of it. I'm starting to think about doing it again. I was giving stuff away left and right, but in the times that we live in, I don't think it would be a totally bad idea. Yep, canning meat would be a good way to cure it. Canning meat's a very good way to cure your meat for long-term storage. Yeah, that's true, but you know what? You can get canning jars. If you look around, you can get them at garage sales, Goodwill. If you just look around, not really have to look long and hard, but if you run across them, you can pick them up. Yes, sir. I agree, Hooples. When started hearing about all these, what the heck do they call them? The buckets and stuff, that come with food already in them and hydration packs, Those things are pretty darn expensive. You could put your own food up a whole lot cheaper than you can go out and buy those buckets. And I know a guy that'll buy a bucket every month, and he has a whole room stacked all the way to the top of nothing but buckets of food because he says they're good for 5, 10, 15 years when you can do the same thing yourself and you know what you got in there. It's stuff that you know you're going to eat. That's what gets me is you could do this stuff yourself. Why rely on people that are in business take your money? Put your money where your mouth is and do it yourself. That's true. It's hard to run across that stuff now, huh, Balma? It's hard to run across any of that stuff anymore. Everybody and their dog is always picking that stuff up. So there's hardly any left out there for you to get. Yeah, if you want to go buy them, even at Walmart, have you seen them? Even at Walmart, the cast iron stuff is pretty spendy, you know? That's why I say you just need to go out and just not like knock yourself dead, but just keep your eyes open for the good deals. Go to garage sales or Goodwill stores or something like that. I don't know what they have in Canada. Do they have Goodwill stores in Canada, Hooples? I'm not sure. But I'm sure there's some sort of place like that there that you could just go browse through and pick stuff up, you know, as you come across it. Charity shops, yeah. That'd be like the Goodwill, right? You know, people think that they're just too busy to take care of this stuff, but they could actually take care of all this stuff and still have time to do whatever the heck they want to do with their lives, you know. I found out when I was a younger man, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I still had time to dehydrate my meat and to go hunting and put up my meat and go fishing and can my fish and smoke my fish. And there's time for all that stuff. You can still have the fun that you want out of life and still take care of things, you know. But you just can't teach folks that anymore. They say they're too busy. Yeah, damn internet, right? Got in the way. Yeah, I figure if somebody really wanted to bad enough, they could do it. It's just whatever your priorities are. I know about dumpster diving. I've been there. Been there, done that. Me and my ex used to do that. You can get some good stuff out of them dumpsters. All right, thanks for coming by, Hooples. I appreciate it. I'll see you again soon, I'm sure. I was telling these other guys I'm going to start doing a live during the week, so maybe I'll catch up to you. Everybody got their Christmas shopping done? I got just a couple more things to get and I'm done. Thank God. Such a zoo out there. Yeah, we used to take turns diving in. One would keep watch and the other one would go in. Oh yeah, they are. Old folks, they already have everything they need. So what do you get them, right? I tell you what, I had some bad times that I've lived under, and dumpster diving kept me going. When you don't really have very much, you know, sometimes dumpster diving is the only way to go. Me and the ex went through it before my son was born. We had some pretty hard times sometimes putting food on the table, and that was the only thing that really kept us going. I hear you, Jay. That's why it's like you say, you just get them a gift card and say, go get what you want. Can't never really get what they want anyway. They're never happy with what you get them. Just like my son, you know, he's got an Xbox 360, but is that good enough? Nope, he's got to have the Xbox One now. Oh, I bet. I never thought about that. We have a college here, too. Yeah, we always seem to make do with what we have, huh, Charlie? Or you could probably get money for them textbooks. They're pretty darn spendy to sell them to the next semester of kids. Just advertise them on the internet or whatever. Some of them never think about that. They just throw them out. I just couldn't imagine throwing good books out when you know they're going to be used again the next year. I would be trying to sell them to somebody. Where's that at, old man? Where did they make it illegal at? That's some more of the government getting their fingers in everything. God forbid we should get something for nothing. Yeah, I heard the same thing, Jay, but my son's going to college next fall, and they told him he was going to need some textbooks. Washington State, old man? I just moved from there a couple of years ago. That's where I did my diving at. We got some good stuff out of the dumpsters back there. People throw away the darndest things. Too many people getting hurt? It's because they're being too stupid then. Jeez. Makes no sense. You're in Kentucky getting homestead? Getting started? Kentucky, why don't you just moonshine? Maybe you get the History Channel to hook you up on moonshining. There any snow back on the East Coast? I haven't really heard. I hear you, Jay. Kind of wrong time of year here to do that. I try to do that in the spring and summer. I have some issues. Most people that watch my channel knows I have some health issues, but I still get out there and try to hike because you never know. You know, it's good to be in shape, but you just never know what's going to happen. So get out there and hike. And I'd learn how to hike with a backpack on. I'm not one of those guys that like to sit around. Smell the corn cooking. Resell, yeah, you can resell the stuff out of the dumpster. I did it. I know some of the food's okay to eat out of it too. They put it in plastic bags and whatnot. You kind of get used to looking through and you know what to look for. When I lived in Utah, I lived in this little motel community, and the landlord would bring the vegetables and stuff over to everybody that lived in this little motel community. And he would take the stuff that was outdated, that was rotted, and give to his hogs, and then he would give the better stuff to the people there. And we all got together and did like a big soup or something like that. And we took turns cooking, and everybody did a soup or something, and everybody came and ate. That was kind of cool. That was back in the day when they let you do stuff like that. And everybody kind of looked out for each other. Yep, sometimes you're hungry enough, old food looks pretty darn good, huh? I am totally agreeing there. Yep, the box is perfect, yeah. You know, they can only keep that fruit for so many days, and sometimes it's not bad, you know, it's just that they can't keep it anymore. Yeah, oh man, it sounds like you're breaking down. Left foot, knee, and hip. Bummer. Yeah, it's pretty cool how everybody can kind of show both their ideas on YouTube, don't you think? I think that's a pretty good deal, you know. All these guys come up with ideas but could never really show them off before. Now all of a sudden they can get out there way the heck out there. Hey, Draw, how you doing? I hear you, old man. I'm starting to fall apart too. But unfortunately, we all get old, you know. We got to go good with the bad. I'm doing okay today, Draw. Thanks for asking. Procrastinating on going out and finishing up my shopping. Still gotta get the little woman something. Small boats out of plastic and cardboard? Are you kidding me? Where does he get that stuff like out of dumpsters, or does he just find it in the garbage, or does he? How the heck does he do that? Don't forget to smash that like button, okay? That's a good one. Haven't seen any down thumbs, so I must be doing something right. You gently touch the button. Thanks a lot, Draw. Only because you didn't want to break it, right? Yeah, I suppose you could. Duct tape? Duct tape's good for lots of stuff. You smash the button. You better be careful. You're going to end up breaking that thing. Yeah, iPhones are pricey for sure. I don't have an iPhone. I use a cheap Droid. Galaxy. Samsung Galaxy. They seem to work okay. Well, you guys, I've got to get off of here. I've got to go out and find something for the little woman. Flip phones are okay. I had a flip phone for years. It's like flip it open and say, beam me up, Scotty. If you guys haven't subbed each other yet, you better do it, because I'm getting ready to get out of here. I've got to get off my butt and go buy something for the little woman. If I don't get something pretty soon, she's going to have my hide. Hey, I'll look up Elkins. I'll look up Paul Elkins. Always looking for something new. Wow, 30-06 ammo. I would have, oh, that would have been great. Hey, Jim. What's up? Glad to see you dropped in. Just shooting the shit with my new friends around here. How you doing? You got your shopping done? Yeah. I was just telling these other guys I gotta get going and get something for the little woman. Yeah, I'll look up the other guy for sure, Bama. That sounds really interesting. Mukbang, hey, how you doing, bud? I was over checking your channel out the other day. You guys get in on that lunatic dad thing yesterday? I'm glad you're getting started on homesteading, Jim. Everybody needs to start doing that, I believe. Not only do it for yourself, try to find somebody that you can teach. That's my biggest thing is education. Educate yourself and somebody else. Pay it forward. Okay, you guys, minute and 12. I've got to get out of here. I've got things I've got to get done. Sea slime. Well, they never used to do that anthem thing. Maybe they should quit doing it again. That's all politics to begin with. Okay, guys, I'm going to go live probably on Tuesday, so if you want to come back and chit-chat, come see me on Tuesday, okay? I've got a bunch of stuff I've got to get done. I really want to appreciate thanking you guys for coming by. Really made my day. I didn't think I'd have this much of a crowd, but I appreciate it. Thanks for coming and seeing me, guys. I'll catch you next time.